Well, hello everyone. Welcome to today's class. I'm your instructor for today. My name is Edison. Hello, hello. Today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about ACI Research. I'm going to do a little building of comps databases, okay? Well, what is ACI Research? I'm glad I asked, because I get the opportunity to answer myself. All right, ACI Research is our comps database, which is already in ACI. All you have to do is turn on the integration, and just like that, you'll have your own comps database that'll automatically be populated from your ACI reports. Okay, that's a little bit about ACI Research. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to tell you about the integration. Okay, turning on the integration. All right, all you have to do is just go to Options, then go down to Environment, and then right here, see where it says Integrations, left click on it, and then within this area right here, this bottom half area, it says Update Comps Database on Close. Obviously, when you close out of ACI Report, it will update those comps database on close. All right, the one right underneath it, only if the report has been modified. Once again, you only want to update those comps, most likely in most cases, when the information has been modified. Last one right here. Ask which comparables are to be exported. Now, this allows you to choose only the comps you wish to keep and use for future reports and helps you to avoid duplications. Okay? And if you would like to keep a closer look on your comparables, you have it in your database and you can manually export your comps as well. But right now, I'm going to close out of this integration. So let's simply export these comps using comps right here at the top. Left click on comps and then go right here to export to ACI Research. Left click on it. All right. Now, like I said, this is the manual way on how to export your comparables to ACI Research. And all you have to do is left click on export and it'll send them to ACI Research. All right. Now, another way to do it as I click on cancel is very simply like I had set up in my integration, closing out of ACI report. Well, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to go to the upper right portion of my screen and click on that red X, left click. All right, here it is once again. As far as those properties, going to click on cancel. And just like that, you can see it's updating my ACI Research, sending those comps to ACI Research. That's great, because right now I'm going to go to ACI Research. I'm going to click on the icon right here in my toolbar. And like I said, I want to tell you a little bit about ACI Research. Okay, now I guess the first area I should show you is how to search for properties in ACI Research. Well, it's relatively easy to do that as well. All you have to do is go to Property right here at the very upper left portion. Left click on Property. Let's go to Search right here. Left click on Search. Okay, now I'm in my search criteria. I'm basically going to search for properties, all right? But before you search for any properties, it's really important that you remember this, okay? You always press on this button right here, Clear, okay? Because take a look right here. I have my GLA 1,000 to 2,000. Well, how did that get there? Well, that got there from my last ACI Research training class, okay? So it's always important before you search for your property, simply click on Clear. It clears out the entire fields that are here so you can make it as specific or as detailed as you wish. And you know what? I'm going to go back to that GLA, but this time I'm going to enter in 1,500 by 2,500. There we go. And then from here, I'm going to click on Search at the bottom left, right over here. Left click on Search, and there we go. Here are the properties that fit that criteria of 1,500 by 2,500. Now, this particular view is called the grid view. Okay, looks very much like a spreadsheet in Excel, XML document. Okay, as you can see, we have columns as well as rows that you can go through. That's great. But let's say you want to take a look at one property at a time. Well, simply click on this right here. It's called the Form View. Left click on the Form View. And this way you can look at one property at a time by simply clicking on Next, and look at your previous property simply by clicking on Back. Okay, so you have the Form View, which I'm closing out right now, and you also have the Grid View, which I'm closing out as well. All right, so those are the two views that we have available within ACI Research. Now what I'm going to do is, very simply, I'm going to click on this icon right up here in the upper left portion, left click on it, add property. All right, in a little while I'm going to show you how to create or add a property into ACI Research. But before I do that, let me show you how to create a common response. Let's go to Basement right here, click on the drop down. You see I have a couple of them here. I have finished, partial, unfinished. I'm going to create a fourth comma response within my basement area, and I'm going to give it a UAD data set. All right. But before I do that, let me close out of this right now. Left click on cancel. Don't need to save it, but thank you for asking. And now let's go up to the upper left area right here where it says responses. Left click on responses. All right. Remember, it was my basement area, so let's go to the field name called basement area. Here are my 3 comma responses. I'm going to create a 4th. Left click on add. I have a space right there. I'm going to give it a 0SF. All right. So there's my 4th comma response set up in a UAD data set. Left click on close. All right. Let's see what I have now. All right. I'm going to click on the icon. Add property. Yep. All right. Basement. Click on the drop down. Yep. Here it is. My 0SF. All right, created within ACI Research. Okay. All right, so right now I'm going to show you how to simply create a property in ACI Research. All right, I'm going to go right over here to property type of C. Okay, single family. I'm going to use that right there. Neighborhood. Let's see what I have here. Lehigh Woods, Palm Coast, Florida. And then within the address, I'm going to simply just type in some information. Now, I'm not the greatest typer out there. Okay, so just bear with me. But I have Winter Park, Palm Coast, Florida, and zip code 32164. There we go. All right, so you can see you can simply use, like I said, the comma responses as well as typing the information in. And right now I'm in the property information tab area. Right now I'm going to click on the next tab over, which is the info date condo ERC. It's here where you can enter in the additional information, the dates, and the condo co-op ERC information can be entered right here. All right, moving right along. Next tab over is the import information tab. It's here where you can actually acquire or import your photos for your properties. For example, I'm going to go to my front view right now. I'm going to put my cursor within that thumbnail sketch that says front photo and do a right click. All right, now I'm going to go to acquire, left click on acquire. Now I'm in my gallery, so I'm going to go to my gallery, open gallery of image files, and I have my 3 image files, even though I only need 1. I'm going to left click on my subject front view, left click, click on open, and just like that, I have my image. Let me move it to the right a little bit, but there's my image. All right, I simply want to place it within my front view thumbnail sketch. Let's left click on OK at the very bottom, left click, sends that thumbnail right to my thumbnail sketch. All right, within ACI Research. All right, and I can do the same for my rear view as well as my street scene, but I'm going to click on property information right here. All right, so now that I have my information entered into my new property, all I have to do, just bring this down a little bit, is click on save, and it'll save it within ACI Research, our comps database. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to close out of it because I don't need this information, but like I said, if I did, I would simply save it. All right, so I'm going to click on no, but thank you very much. Okay, so now the next thing I want to tell you folks about, it's called batch import. All right, you saw how you can simply make a new or create a new property within ACI Research. But let's say, for example, you have a slew of properties, all right, or a slew of reports with properties in them, and you want to import them into ACI Research. Can you show us how to do that, Ed? Absolutely. All you have to do is go to property right here in the upper left portion, and then go down to this one right here, batch import. Left click on batch import. All right, so I need to locate my reports, all right, so I'm going to click on my drop down. There we go. And I'm going to go to my ACI 32, and I'm going to look for that one folder, which is called right here, reports. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm only going to select a few of my reports to be batch imported into ACI Research. So I'm going to click on the first one right here, hold down the shift key, tap the down arrow a few times. There we go, that's a few. And then before I click on open, let me tell you a few things. When you're doing a batch import, it's very important that you do it, well, I would recommend during the off hours. Reason being, you don't want anyone to go into these actual reports that are being batch imported into ACI Research, okay? Because if that happens, most likely that report may be corrupt, and you don't want that. All right, so do it during the off hours so no one can open up a report that's being batch imported into ACI Research. Now, the great thing about it is you can do as many as you want. There's really no limit. The other great thing is it's very, very quick, but it all depends on the size of the report. Okay, and then once I click on open, you're going to see a status right here. It's going to go really, really quick. All right, left click on open, and there it is, really, really quick. Sending those reports to my ACI Research, and there it is. It's done. Okay, so like I said, the time span is very quick, so you don't have to worry about that. But like I said, do it during the off hours, folks. It's just safer that way. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to give you a little bit of an overview relating to Comp CrossCheck. Well, Comp CrossCheck allows you to compare previously saved property information with information entered in current report and import the previous entered information if you choose it in ACI report. What does Comp CrossCheck do? Well, it basically helps you to maintain consistency. Comp CrossCheck is just as easy as this. Look up the property data from your prior reports. With a side-by-side comparison view, it allows you to see all your prior records of your property and quickly assess any differences. Okay? Now this is how CrossCheck or Comp CrossCheck works. Let me go into a report right now. Okay, so I'm at my comparables. All right, I have it highlighted right here. I've checked right here within my comparables sales number 1. So all I'm going to do is a Control K, and there it is, Comp CrossCheck. All right, so it navigates. You navigate to any field in the grid and use, once again, like I just did, the Control K on your keyboard. It's a shortcut that launches CrossCheck. Now CrossCheck will then look up the address and display that property and see if that property has been previously in a report. Now you can click on the search results in the display of your current report data versus what is saved to your database. Now a red highlight is applied to indicate any inconsistencies in the data. Once you review the findings, you can close the window or import from the data and overwrite your current report data. It's just that easy. Comp CrossCheck can also serve as a handy property lookup tool for looking through condo records or homes in the same street. And once again, that's Comp CrossCheck. All right? Okay. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to close out of Comp CrossCheck. I'm also going to close out of this report. There we go. Because right now, I want to show you how to simply import, okay, into ACI Research. I showed you at the top of at the beginning of my class how to export. Well, it's only fair that I show you how to import as well. So I'm going to type my file name. Just bear with me. There we go. All right, I'm going to click on New, and I'm going to select a report pack, and I'm going to make it this one right here, my 1004 single family 2010 UAD. Nope, I don't need a template, but I'm going to click on OK. And right now, I'm in my report. All right, so I'm going to go to my sales comparison grid, okay? And all I need are 3 comps, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, to do that, I'm going to go back up into the left area once again and click on comps. And then I'm going to go down to import from ACI Research. That's the one I want. Left click on import to ACI Research. And here is that search criteria again. Okay, remember what I said once before regarding before you search for a property, you need to make sure you clear out the fields right here by clicking on the clear button. Okay, now you can make your search criteria as specific or as detailed as you wish. I'm going to go back to my GLA, okay, and I'm going to enter in this time, I'm going to enter in that 1,000 to 2,000 GLA for the gross living area. Click on search at the bottom left right over here, and there's my properties that fit that search criteria. So now all I have to do is I like to call a little cherry picking. So I'm going to simply just click on, let's click on Egret Trail, this one right here, and then I'm going to click on Select. Okay, I'm going to place Egret Trail as my very first comp, so I'm going to select number 1, click on OK. Let's see, any other properties I can choose from? Oh, let's go with Red Mill Drive. Click on Select, make Red Mill Drive number 2. Click on OK, and there we go. All right, let's go with another one if is possible. Let's go with Empress Lane. Click on Select, make Empress Lane number 3. Click on OK, and there we go. I have my 3 comparables. That's all I want. So now I'm going to close out of my search criteria. Left click on Close, and look what I get. I get my Egret Trail, Red Mill Drive, and Empress Lane, and all the corresponding data that goes with my comparables, my properties. But you know what? Let's take a look at my photos. Let's see if I have any photos. All right, so let's go to the components list over here. Let's take a look at comps 1, 2, and 3 photo page right over here. Left click on it. Here we go. Egret Trail, Red Mill Drive, and Empress Lane. All right, so not only did my data carry over or import, also my photos as well. I'm going to go back to where I originally started, which was right here on my comps comparable grid 1, 2, and 3, because let's say, for example, I want to do a little rearranging for comps number 3. Very easily done. I'm going to go back to comps once again, left click on comps. See at the very top right here, it says arrange. Left click on arrange. Okay, so I believe I want to take that Egret Trail, right, which is already highlighted. See these up and down arrows? I'm going to tap the down arrow 2 times. 1, 2, sends it in 3rd place. Empress Lane, you're going to be number 1. Okay, you're highlighted. Left click on the up arrow. There we go. Empress, Red Mill, Egret. Click on the OK button. Exactly what I wanted. Empress Lane, Red Mill Drive, and Egret Trail. All right. Now, what about those photos? Well, let's take a look at them. Let's go to Comps 1, 2, and 3 photo page. Left click on it. Exactly what I wanted. Empress Lane, Egret. It's not Egret. That's Red Mill Drive, Ed. Red Mill Drive. Now, here's Egret Trail. That's in 3rd place. Okay? So you can see those photos were arranged just as well as the data within ACI report. Okay. Well, you know what, folks? I'm going to close out of my report right now, and I'm going to actually close out of my class telling you a little bit about deleting properties in ACI Research. So, closing, and I'm going to go back into ACI Research. Because let's say, for example, you happen to have a slew of properties in there. Let's say those slew of properties are outdated. You just want to do some cleaning of house. You want to get rid of them. So, the way you want to do it is you want to delete properties, most likely in groups. All right, click on Property. Then go down to this one right here, Delete Group. Left click on Delete Group. All right, there's that search criteria again. Wow, we've been seeing a lot of that. Okay, and here's that information I entered in previously, 1,000 to 2,000 GLA. Well, what did I say you need to do? You need to close it out. Not close it out, clear it out. Ha, clear it out. I faked you out. All right, let's enter in now the information that I want to search for. Okay, 1,500 by 2,500 GLA. Okay, and click on Search. There's the properties that fit that criteria of 1,500 by 2,500 gross living area. Now, if you're 110% sure that you want to delete those properties that fit that criteria, great. Just click on Delete Group, left click. All right, ACI Research is going to ask you, hey Ed, do you permanently want to delete these properties from the ACI Research database? Well, you would probably choose yes. I'm going to choose no because I need as many properties for my next ACI Research training class. So no is my answer. All right. Now, that's deleting properties in groups. What if you want to delete just maybe 1 or 2 properties at a time? For example, I have 3 Egret Trails. How they got there, I have no idea. But I'm going to click on this one, all right, and hit my delete key on my keyboard, delete key. ACI Research is simply going to ask me, hey Ed, are you sure you want to delete this record? Well, you would probably choose yes. I'm going to choose no, because I need as many properties for my next ACI Research training class. So, no is my answer. Okay? All right. Well, folks, hope you were able to grasp that information relating to ACI Research, our comps database. Okay? I appreciate your time. You have a great day and a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.